Epheani Okke was not just rich. He was extremely rich. He had more money than he could ever spend in his lifetime. He owned luxury cars, mansions, private jets, and big companies in Africa, Asia, and the United States. But Epheani was not only rich, he was kind. He loved helping people. He gave money to the poor. He paid school fees for many children. Some students even traveled abroad because of him. Every day, people came to his house asking for help. Family members, friends, relatives, even strangers from his village. And Epheani never said no. He opened a supermarket for his sister. He gave his younger brother money many times, even when the brother wasted. He built a training center for his community so young people could learn skills. At the entrance of the community, there was a big signboard. It read, "The man who helped his people, everyone loved him, everyone praised him." Or at least, that's what he believed. Epheani was engaged to a beautiful woman named Helena. Helena was classy and glamorous. She loved luxury. She traveled to Dubai, Paris, and France often, and every trip was paid for by Epheani. He never complained. He was happy to make everyone comfortable. Life looked perfect. But one evening, something happened that changed his thinking. He was watching the news when a story appeared on the screen. A rich man named Okke had taken his own life. Okke was also known as a kind and generous man. He had helped many people. But his business collapsed. His ships sank at sea. He lost millions. Soon banks and debtors surrounded him. He called everyone he had helped, but no one helped him back. No one picked his calls. No one gave him support. The pressure became too much. Okke ended his life. Epheani sat frozen in front of the TV. He felt cold inside. He whispered to himself, "What if this happens to me? What if one day I lose everything? Will all these people still stand by me? Or will they disappear?" For many nights Epheani could not sleep. He kept thinking. He needed to know the truth, so he made a plan. One morning he called for a big family gathering. Everyone was invited, family members, friends, relatives, people he had helped. They all came happily. Why? Because whenever Epheani invited them, he gave cash gifts. The house was full of laughter and noise. Food was everywhere. Music was playing. But this time, Epheani had something else in mind. He stood at the top of the stairs and looked at everyone. He looked at faces he had helped for years. Then he thought, "Today, I will know the truth." His fiancée, Helena, was sitting with her friends, laughing loudly. She looked beautiful as always. Soon Epheani walked down the stairs. Everyone became quiet. He stood in front of them and began to speak. "Thank you all for coming," he said. Then suddenly, he started coughing. He held his chest. He coughed again. People looked confused. Then suddenly, he collapsed. Helena screamed. "Call the doctor!" she shouted. Panic filled the room. People ran around. Some shouted, some cried. Within minutes, the doctor arrived. He examined Epheani and went into the room with him. Everyone waited nervously. After some time, the doctor came out. His face looked serious. He cleared his throat and said, "I'm sorry to say this. Epheani has kidney failure." The hall exploded with shock. "What? God forbid. This can't be true." The doctor continued, "We have been looking for a kidney donor for 1 year. We found none. His condition is now very serious." He paused. "If nothing is done, he will die in 2 weeks." The room became silent. Then the doctor said one more thing. "Anyone willing to donate a kidney should come to the hospital for testing." Then he left. One by one, people began to leave. They said they would return. But they didn't. Helena cried loudly. But after some time, even she went quiet. That night, Epheani sat alone. He looked at his mansion, his cars, his wealth, and he prayed, "Let at least one person truly care about me." 3 days passed. No one came, no calls, no messages, nothing. He called people himself. No one picked up. He called Helena. She didn't answer. Meanwhile, Helena was at home painting her nails. Her friend asked, "Aren't you going to pick his call?" Helena stayed silent. On the 4th day, his siblings came, but not to help. They came to complain. His sister said, "You helped strangers more than family. Now see your life." His brother said, "You never put me in your business. Now look at you." Then they left. They didn't offer help. They didn't offer to test for a kidney. Epheani cried. He felt broken. A week passed. Still no one came. Not even Helena. He realized something painful. Maybe people loved his money, not him. Then one day, something unexpected happened. Helena walked into the hospital. She went straight to the doctor and said, "I'm ready for the surgery. I will donate my kidney." The doctor warned her. "It's risky, 50-50 chance." She nodded. "I love him. I can't lose him." When Epheani saw her, tears filled his eyes. He hugged her tightly. At that moment, he believed her love was real. But then, the doctor smiled. "There is no kidney failure," he said. Helena froze. "What?" Epheani looked at her and said softly, "It was a test. I needed to know who truly loved me." Helena burst into tears. "How could you do that to me?" she cried, but Epheani held her and said, "I'm sorry and thank you for loving me." Now he knew the truth. But the final test was not over yet. He picked up his phone and said, "Call everyone. Tell them I want to see them one last time." The message spread quickly. "Epheani is calling everyone one last time. They said he is dying today. Come quickly if you want to see him." By evening, the big hall in his mansion was full again. But this time, the energy was different. No loud laughter, no excitement, no joy. People walked in slowly. Some looked sad. Some tried to act worried. Some whispered to each other. They thought this was their final chance to stay close to a dying billionaire. Helena stood quietly beside Epheani. She held his hand gently. Epheani looked around the hall. These were the same people who once filled his life with noise and praise, but when he needed them, they disappeared. Now they were back. Why? Because they thought he was about to die. He took a deep breath and walked to the center of the hall. Everyone became silent. He looked calm, strong, unshaken. "I called you all here today," he began slowly, "because I wanted to say goodbye." Some people began to cry loudly. Some wiped fake tears. Others bowed their heads. "I was told I had only 2 weeks to live," he continued, "and today is the last day." The hall became quiet. "I spent my life helping people," he said. "I gave without counting. I helped without asking questions. I believed love was real." He paused, but when I needed help, no one came. Silence. You could hear breathing in the room. People shifted uncomfortably. Some looked at the floor, some avoided eye contact. Then Epheani straightened his shoulders. "I have something else to tell you." He snapped his fingers. The doctor walked into the hall. 2 men in suits followed behind him. The doctor cleared his throat and said clearly, "There is no kidney failure." Gasps filled the hall. "What? Is this a joke? What do you mean?" The doctor continued, "No sickness, no donor problem, no 2 weeks to live." This was a test. The hall exploded into shock. Some people froze. Some looked embarrassed. Some looked angry. Epheani raised his hand and everyone became quiet again. "Yes," he said calmly. "It was a test. A test to see who would stand by me when I had nothing to offer." He slowly looked around the room. 3 days passed. No visitors, no calls, no messages. Not even a simple "How are you?" He lifted a file in his hand. These papers contain names of people who called me, names of people who came to check on me, names of people who offered help without asking for money. He paused. There are very few names here. The room felt heavy. Some people started talking at once. "Odogu, I wanted to come, but my phone was off. I was scared. I didn't know what to do." Epheani raised his hand again. "Enough." His voice was calm but firm. "From today, my life changes. My money changes direction. My generosity changes owners." He looked at them one last time. "Anyone who left me when I was dying should not return now that I am alive." Security guards stepped forward. "Please escort everyone out," Epheani said. Panic filled the hall. People began begging, "Odogu, please. It was fear. We love you. Forgive us." But Epheani did not move. He turned his back and walked away. One by one they were escorted out. The hall became empty again, quiet, peaceful. honest. Helena walked toward him slowly. She touched his shoulder. "Are you okay?" she asked softly. Epheani took a deep breath. "For the first time in my life," he said, "I feel free." He turned and hugged her tightly. "You stayed," he whispered. "When everyone left, you stayed." Helena smiled through tears. "I was angry," she admitted, "but I could never leave you. I love you, not your money." Epheani looked into her eyes, and for the first time in a long time, he believed those words. In the following weeks, Epheani made big changes. He stopped helping people who only came for money. Instead, he created a foundation. This foundation helped honest people, hard-working people, people who truly needed support. But now, help came with wisdom. He also removed many relatives from his financial support list. Some called him wicked, some called him proud. But Epheani didn't argue. He had learned something important. Not everyone who smiles with you loves you. Some only love what you can give them. A few months later, Epheani and Helena got married. It was a beautiful wedding. Simple, peaceful, full of genuine smiles, not a crowd of fake friends. Only a small group of people who truly cared. After the wedding, they traveled to London for their honeymoon. Life became quieter, clearer, more honest. One evening, while sitting on a balcony overlooking the city, Helena asked him, "Do you regret the test?" Epheani thought for a moment. Then he shook his head. "No," he said. "I lost many people, but I found the truth, and the truth is more valuable than money." He held Helena's hand. "As long as I have one real person beside me, I am rich." Helena smiled. "And you do," she said softly. They sat together in silence, not the lonely silence of betrayal, but the peaceful silence of truth, and for the first time in his life, Epheani knew exactly who loved him for real. If this story touched your heart, remember this lesson. Not everyone around you truly loves you. Some people only love what you give them. Value the people who stay with you when you have nothing to offer. Tell us in the comments, what lesson did you learn from this story? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and stay blessed.